everybody today? Beautiful day. Me and Oz are out. He's having a great time here in the woods. I wanted to get on as I watched a little bit of AD's latest live. Unfortunately, I had to go and take a long shower, not a cold one at that, long shower afterwards. He's not got any better, has he? Actually, in the last 6 months, he's run out of material, hasn't he? He's been through the whole gamut of the car, the sideburns, and then now he's saying that NK bottled it at the last minute. So what about his sideburn lady with the ponytail and the handbag? Because one would do that when wear the same thing, committing a murder as one would to go into the investigation room. So if she'd bottled it, who was the woman in the sideburns with the ponytail and the handbag then? And then where did the people, the apparently pile of cars he says were involved, where did they go to then when they all arrived at the oil field? So AD is running out of material and rehashing old videos, rehashing old, just whatever he can, really, isn't he? He literally sits there, starts a live, and then plays an old bit of video, and then comes back at the end and goes, "Oh, right, yeah, see, told you so." Anyway, good night, everyone. He did one the other day, a couple of days ago, and he had the lovely doctor with the white hair on, and who's, bless her, she's so earnest. It's she's probably one of the most earnest, if she is in on the whole scam. She's one of the most earnest seeming, right? She talks, and she evidently knows her stuff, unless it's all read. I think it's read from a screen. But I give her a big intro, and Dr. J, she's a coroner investigator. Isn't that a coroner? I don't know about in the US, but here coroners are investigators, right? They investigate anything to do with the suspicious death and all that kind of stuff. So that is a coroner. Anyway, she comes on and she does this massive speech about debunking another doctor that's come online, saying that the girls in the Watts case, no, I'm not going to talk about them because I don't agree with it. Anyway, a certain aspect of the terrible tragedy, and she was debunking it, and she went through this whole theory, and it took about 10 minutes. It was very detailed, very precise. She was very, oh my gosh, articulate, which I'm not, evidently. And she kept saying this word postulating, which is a brilliant word, sort of surmising or not guessing, but just putting one's own thoughts and agreeing with that theory, you know. And then AD couldn't quite copy her when she went off to go and put her cat out, so he couldn't remember postulating. So he said, God, oh my God, I've got brain freeze. He said another word, which isn't meaning the same thing at all. I think I might start this video again because I evidently have got a bit of the ADs. I can't remember anything. Anyway, it was a word which describes somebody talking very bombastically about something, about what they believe, and, you know, that very doctrinated, that they believe that thought and nothing else. That's the word he used because he couldn't remember the other one. Like me! Oh, God help me! What's happened? And so she went through this whole big theory about a certain reason why something, debunking something. And then right at the end, a couple of questions later, AD went, well, do you think that they could have done that then? Do you think that's a possibility? He didn't listen to a word of what she'd been saying. He didn't listen to a word of it. And she sort of sat there and went, well, yeah, that's what I just said for the last 20 minutes. That's what I was trying to explain. And AD was like, oh, yeah. But we all know he was sitting there with his little pen in his mouth and his notepad, because even he has to take his own notes. Very much into taking notes. What he said, I've told you, time and time again, you've got to take notes. You've got to take notes. There must be so many notes. And actually, it's quite good, because if they did look at their notes, they could probably put them side by side and go, nah. What's going on there? Anyway, so he didn't listen to a word she was saying, because I'm sure that he's still just gambling. I'm sure he's sitting there watching something dubious or just watching something else. But at the beginning, and this is the point I wanted to make about the video, he's so over familiar with people that he's never met, and bear in mind, who are probably paying his lifestyle, paying his way. These people he's never met, these poor women, I don't know what their problems are, but they know he's a scammer, but yet still somehow think he's going to be their boyfriend. And he comes on, speaks to YouTube like, he's doing us all a favour. I don't have to be here. I've got loads of other things going on in my life. Right? I don't want you coming in here and commenting that your comment's been lost. I don't know, I'm not interested. And he says this is sort of his foreword to his video. Not interested in anything you have to say. I'm not interested, and I quote, in an individual comment. I'm not interested in an individual. I'm not interested if you want to comment that your comment's been in my YouTube. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with my fault. Don't want to hear it. Try and stick with the cake. Take notes. If you comment, I don't care. I don't care about individual comments. He's basically said he doesn't care about anything his subs say. He's not interested in anything they say, which kind of just says it all, doesn't it? And the overfamiliarity is something that really, really is interesting me at the moment in the community. And I wonder if it's everywhere else as well. Now, you don't see this in mainstream media, in production. You don't see it in news. You don't see it in documentaries. You don't, because a good documentary maker isn't overfamiliar with his subject. There's a boundary which is clear to both subject and documentary maker. Louis Theroux is a great example. He manages to get into a certain person with a certain amount of familiarity that's very respectful, slightly intrusive, but never goes past that. Now, AD is a perfect example of what YouTube is, which is non-professionals. And it's very, very different to professionals. People who have worked, who've trained, who do this for a business, who do this as a career. Very different to just sticking a camera on yourself and going, this is what I think. That's what AD does. He's not a professional. He's not a professional anything. He's only a professional scammer. And so what you've got is a person who doesn't know how to do it. So you've got a person who is too overfamiliar with everyone and everything. What he does is he makes a big mistake, which is to make a drama, to make almost like Dallas or Dynasty or Baywatch out of a very tragic event. If you see the way he talks, walk, then you got walk coming in, right, and he goes, right, yeah, they were carried out like trash, and then they had to go back on it. Yeah, he was a bozo, wasn't he? And then you got NK slinking in with her yoga and her crystals and a bit of chloroform. Yeah, and she's like whirled her wily ways around Chris, and Chris is just a stupid one. Chris is like do. And then you got, the Woozeks who come on and bait everyone on YouTube, don't know what they're doing. Yeah, but they want to contact me, and then they don't want to contact me. And then you got the Watts, and the Watts are the ones who, have been hard done by, and they're not doing anything. And he makes a different character out of everyone, like they're fictional. And they're not. They're real. They're real. And it just shows his lack of professionalism, lack of research, and basically his whole lack of respect for anyone and anything apart from himself. This overfamiliarity bleeds through into YouTube as well. That people speak to each other via video as if they know each other. And if somebody doesn't want to engage with them, that's the reason why. Because you don't know that person. And speaking about them in a way what you do is creepy. Fact, it's creepy. If someone has blocked you, doesn't want to know you, doesn't want to listen to you, doesn't want to engage with you, and you're pushing them, you're basically pushing, going, come here at the same time. Come here, come here, come here. Because you want to have some kind of engagement with you because it helps you. It makes you feel better because you like the drama. It doesn't mean you then can bully them into engaging with you, which is what people are doing. Perfect example is a very, very sick member of our community. Well, their community. I don't see myself as part of this community anymore. Who is possibly one of the most outrageously ill alcoholics that I've seen in a long time. And this person dirty deletes 80% of their content because the switch from sobriety to drunk is immediate. And this whole personality changes, which is obviously a very, very big trait in addiction, that the change is immediate. It's on a cellular level, and it happens. And last night they made some of the most horrific videos that I think I've seen them make. And this is a person who's been bullying the whole community for over a year now. And it's got to the point of utter boredom and exasperation by everyone, so nobody really bothers anymore apart from the zombies. And I've always said that I didn't find it funny. I don't find addiction funny. I don't find being inebriated funny on social media. Again, it's so week and lapse to film yourself doing it, unless you're doing it for a purpose, to educate and say, this is what happens to me. This is my life. This is serious. This is, don't do this, folks, whatever. But if you're doing it for fun, and to slag other people off, I find it makes me feel sick. There are people dying in the world. There are people dying of cancer. There are people dying of illness who would give anything to live. Anything. They would give anything to be able to live. And then you've got a person in front of you slowly killing themselves year by year by year by year, like a very slow, torturous car crash. And at the same time, dragging everyone down with them. Well, they tried to. But what they did was they did the ultimate, Ozzy, there he is, by bringing the Rusek family into their tirade, their drunken rant. And bear in mind that whatever you say on YouTube, whatever you say on social media can be found by anyone, anytime, forever. It's there. Once you've said it, it's there. You can delete it, you can forget about it, but anyone, the first thing that people will do, professionals, court cases, anything, is look at your social media footprint, and all of it can be found, whatever you've said. And so this overfamiliarity, this need to overshare, to explain all that's wrong with you and the world, to try and just sort of ooze out, purge yourself of your own issues. Social media is not the way, because it'll be there forever. And this is a person who last night said the most horrific things about the Rusek family in such an familiar, disgusting way. It's not even particularly what she said, it's how she said it, as if she knew them. As if these were people, a family who'd lost pretty much everything and have managed to garner themselves back together and live their lives, and God, do they deserve it. And you've got some inebriated person bouncing off the walls, spitting bile at them and asking them why they don't have any courage. This is a family who have been through something that, God help us, none of us go through. And you've got some drunk woman sitting there, not respecting herself, not respecting anyone, not giving a crap about life, saying, oh, Rusek family, where's your balls, where's your courage? Now, these are videos, no wonder she deleted. And even people who always had a little bit of hope for her have said, enough. When you do this, you're a piece of crap. And she is. And this person needs to seriously think about getting some professional help. This person is in need, I would say, of medical intervention. I don't know why any of her friends or family haven't stepped up. I don't get it, because I don't find it funny. I really don't. And I don't mind standing here saying it. I don't find it funny. And if anyone does find that funny, how can you? Because this is a person who's very sick, saying sick things, being sick on camera. And it's going to be there forever, no matter what she does. That's not funny to me, because that's going to go back and haunt her, her friends, and her family. It's pitiful. And it's this overfamiliarity which is the problem in this community. You don't know another person. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know if I have children. You don't know what I've done in my life. You don't know if I have an illness. You don't know anything apart from what I've chosen to show you. If I've blocked you and I don't want to engage with you, I shouldn't be bullied to have to engage with you. You will have to accept that I want nothing to do with you. And I haven't blocked people, and I don't, ignore people for any reason other than it's none of my business. Your life is none of my business. You can carry on and on and on. It doesn't make any difference to me, because I choose not to engage with crappy people in this community. That's my choice, and I'm a free person. You don't know anything about my life. And so constantly haranguing me, harassing me is all their issue. This person getting drunk and having a go at this gracious family, it's their issue, and it's so plain to see. Anyone sitting there on lives after live after live, spitting bile at me, spending hours, hundreds of comments on me, trying to engage with me, trying to get a reaction out of me. That's your issue. It's your life, your moments you're choosing to spend trying to get me to engage with you, and I won't. I gave you these people a chance to try and say, listen, what's the reason? Why don't you leave me alone? And they still aren't able to say it. So I have an absolute right to be on social media like anyone else does, and to be left alone, and I've been called everything from a child groomer to an insider who harvests IP addresses for smear I've had it all. I've had every part of my life mentioned, and none of it is true or real, because you don't know me. I don't know you. I made a choice to not know you. I will never meet you. I will never think about you. I don't care about you, and that's my choice. It takes no effort. I don't go out of my way to ignore anyone. I just simply ignore people and live my life, because life is more important. Life. We have one. And this is a family. The Rusek family had these lives taken away from them. They had a whole life to live. And you've got cretins like AD talking about the minutiae that he knows nothing about minors. You've got a woman sitting there so drunk she's dribbling, insulting and abusing everyone on YouTube. You've got a group of people going around, I don't know even what they're trying to do, trying to purge their own rage on others. What for? We're all going to be dead and gone one day. What for? What's it for? If you don't like someone, don't cross their path. If you cross their path, ignore them, walk on. Even animals do that. There's only so long that we can support just crappy behavior. And in terms of this person who's so ill with alcohol dependency, how long, when someone is suffering so, do you put yourself at risk by trying to reach out? It's got to the point now where this is a person who isn't aware of how sick they are and doesn't care about others, doesn't care about herself. And so there's nothing to do apart from say, shine a mirror up and say, that's what you are. She keeps going, oh, it's my truth. I'm so truthful. If she was truthful, she'd leave the videos up and not dirty delete them, because she's ashamed. It's not her truth. It's her being drunk. That's a fact. I don't tell anyone how to live their lives. I don't know these people. You don't know me. Any comments you make are made on supposition. Anything, that I would say about you is my opinion only. It's this overfamiliarity, which I think AD really perpetuated. Pontificate, that's the word AD used, pontificate. Knew it was that. He kind of perpetuates this familiarity, makes jokes out of things, makes everything out to be like a play, something that's not real, something that is entertainment, and it's not. It's a real tragedy. We're real people. And what's happened is that people's heads, their own issues, have taken others and made them into this whole narrative that's not even written yet, that's not there. It's all come from their own minds. And that's what people don't realize. It's all projection onto other people. And I wish this overfamiliarity would stop and people would just take a moment, and maybe this community would clear up. Take a moment and go, oh, what do I know? What do I don't know? What's important to me? What's not? Do I need to fight this battle? Do I need to say this? Or do I not? Do I really know this person? What if I actually spoke to this person? Would they be any different to what I think? Is that fact? Or have I just made that up and I think that? Am I making this decision out of anger, or because I'm hungry or tired? Or am I making this decision because I really, really mean it? And it's this impulsive thing that people are doing of going, I feel this, I will record it, I will put it, and it's there forever. Anytime you're called into court, the first thing they will do is they will be able to get hold of all of your old YouTube videos that you've deleted. Anytime you go for a mortgage, anytime you're in trouble, anything. It's not just our community watch these videos. The whole world can see what you're saying. The whole world. Your employers, people you know, anything. And would that change your behavior? Would that change what you put up? For lots of people, I think it would. And this is me just trying to say, be honest and say, what's going on? What is going on? Just surely we've got more self-respect as a community, because at the moment we're laughable. Let's just forget your needs inside emotionally to purge and just start treating people with respect and realizing you don't know the person. You'll never meet them, you'll never hear from them on a personal level. Everything you probably think about them is not real, it's not true. So anyway, that's my purge for today. Come on, Oz, let's continue. We'll continue walking through the woods and finding all the little scrubbly dub-dubs. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. Let me know your thoughts about that. And this is not to get anyone. This is my own opinion. And I did save a lot of how I felt about last night's videos by this inebriated person. But I thought I'd be calm, and I thought I'd just say it like it is, which is that it was wrong. And if anything, out of anyone in this community, the Ruseks deserve an apology for that. Okay, have a good day, guys.